Imagine a Philippines where every child grows up with a book in their hands. A society where reading is a habit and comprehension levels are high. Join us as we talk about a movement led by a young librarian, Kevin Conrad Tansyongco, founder of Magbasa Tayo movement. I'm Rochelle Rubio, and this is The Advocates. Reading is the gateway to knowledge. But what if that gateway is closed to many? Recent studies paint a grim picture. Filipino students rank among the lowest in global reading comprehension. The 2022 Program for International Student Assessment results placed the Philippines 77th out of 81 countries. But amid these alarming numbers, a movement is rising, one that proves that ordinary citizens can spark extraordinary change. Meet Kevin Conrad Tansyongco, a librarian who saw a need and answered the call. As a student, he planted the seeds of what would become the Magbasa Tayo movement, or MTM, a nationwide initiative that brings books and hope to communities across the Philippines. How did this young librarian turn a simple advocacy into a life-changing movement?
I started it alone because it is a project that I pitched for a servant leadership training of one of the biggest company in the country. So, tinulungan kami to be trained as servant leaders of the country for a 1-week servant leadership training. And kailangan kong mag-pitch ng isang starfish project. So dahil sa buong delegate, ng training po na yun, ako lang ang nag-iisang Bachelor of Library and Information Science student, I see the opportunity that it is the perfect time to pitch the project and to start the project. So I started it alone, and then the good thing, my family worked with me. Nagsimula kami, although up until now, kasi dilemma and challenge namin ang paglalagay ng mga librong nakukuha namin. It's still at our home in Quezon City currently. So kasama ko po yung mga pamilya ko, magulang ko, kapatid ko at mga pinsan who pick up books from our partner donors. And at the same time, kami rin po yung nagpapadala sa mga communities, partner communities po namin. So it's literally started with me alone, my family. And then currently, because we are celebrating our 10th year this year, I started working for the last 3 years with my students because I'm a faculty currently po ng Bachelor of Library and Information Science. So I'm inviting and encouraging my students to also experience advocacy. So sila po yung mga kasama ko. They helping me with regards to how we can promote the project, how we start building and reaching to communities in a specific area na gusto naming tulungan.
Passion and dedication fuel this mission. But what drove Kevin to start Magbasa Tayo movement in the first place?
Bakit mo sinimulan? Hindi ka ba natakot na risky ba siyang tingnan? Lalo na wala namang napakababa ng suporta na nakukuha ng mga silid-aklatan natin. Like, hindi siya ganun ka-trend sa Pilipinas, lalo na sa mga remote areas or sa malalayong lugar sa Pilipinas. Siguro sa Metro Manila, nakikita natin available ang mga silid-aklatan, but in other places, there are limited access to libraries. Siguro dahil din po maaga akong nagsimula noon sa pag-volunteer, maaga din akong namulat na may mga kailangang tulungan. Early elementary days po, I'm already part of a community advocacy where we fight for children's right, for the environment po, kasi galing po ako ng Sibuyan Island, Romblon, which is a very beautiful place that we want and we need to protect up until now. So, siguro po, maaga pa is alam ko na or aware na po ako kung ano nangyayari, and there is something that I can do. I think ang nangyayari lang po ngayon is I am investing more on my strength. Ano yung kaya kong gawin? Ano yung may network ako na mas meron kaming impact na magagawa? So I'm focusing more on advocacy on libraries and literacy right now and reading. Kasi doon ko mas nakikita na mas magkakaroon siya ng impact lalo na Hindi rin ganun karami ang mga nag-aadvokasya sa library at iilan lang din kaming mga librarians na patuloy na nagsasalita tungkol sa kahalagahan ng mga to.
In today's digital age, where knowledge is just a click away, does the love for physical books still matter?
Isa din yun sa kailangang ibigyan ng awareness ang mga tagapakinig po natin and everyone who sees to libraries na baka kasi tama po yun. Baka kasi ngayon ang tingin ng mga, lalo na mga kabataan or the new generation, sir, bakit kailangan pa ng library? Eh, lahat naman nakukuha natin online. I think the most important part to discuss is what is the role of library to us?
Libraries have always been the heart of knowledge sharing, but how have they evolved to stay relevant in modern society?
Sa ngayon pong panahon, hindi na lang aklat or hindi na lang mga printed books po ang meron sa library. Ang library po at ang silid-aklatan ay isang espasyo kung saan ang lahat ay may pagkakataon para matuto sa anumang format na available at sa anumang koleksyon na meron kami sa library. Ganun din po, kaming mga librarian ay nag-aaral at patuloy na pinag-aaralan ano pang pwede naming maibigay sa mga clients at mga learners namin na pumupunta sa library. So makikita nyo po ngayon yung mga modern designed libraries. Nag-e-effort na rin po kami at tinitingnan namin ang kagahandahan ng lugar. Hindi na lang sa collection na meron kami. Doon din po sa espasyo na ibibigay namin. At kasama na rin po ang mga bagong teknolohiya na pwede naming ipahiram at ipakita sa mga kabataan. Pero huwag nating kakalimutan kung bakit mahalaga pa rin ang mga libro. Dahil unang-una, ang mga libro ay isa sa pinakamagandang source ng impormasyon dahil ito ay credible at ito ay sinulat ng mga scholar. Ang isa sa challenges po sa online ngayon is that hindi lahat ng nababasa, hindi lahat ng napopublish, hindi lahat ng na-access natin ay sigurado tayong tama at siguradong eto ang impormasyon na kailangan mo. So kailangan pa rin natin ng tulong ng mga aklatan at ng mga librarian dahil kami, naniniwala kami na kami makakatulong sa pagbibigay ng aral at pagbibigay ng mga steps kung paano nyo malalaman kung ano ang kailangan nyo mula sa online, ano ang dapat nyong ma-access sa online, at paano natin maiiwasan yung mga impormasyon na hindi naman credible at reliable na dapat nababasa. So ngayon, I think mas nakikita namin na mas importante ang role ng librarian. Sana mas dumami pa kami kasi napakakaunti ng bilang namin para mas matulungan natin ang ating mamamayan kung paano ang tamang pagkonsumo ng impormasyon na nakukuha natin sa online.
And yes, the age-old Dewey Decimal System is still in use up to this day.
Up until now po, ginagamit pa rin namin ang Dewey Decimal Classification at Library of Congress Classification. May dalawa lang naman po tayong tools na ginagamit para ma-organize ang mga libro po natin. We already have a communication with the National Library of the Philippines para mabigyan po sila ng additional allocation of library materials once they are affiliated to the National Library. So technically speaking, we are here to assist also and to help the National Library in advocating for more public libraries to run in the country. And yung mga schools din po na library, public schools na nagnanais din, we try and we find way how we can also help them.
For a decade, Magbasa Tayo movement has been bringing books to the farthest corners of the country, setting up libraries where they were none. One of their biggest achievements, a massive book donation drive for 42 barangay reading centers in Atimonan, Quezon.
Lahat po ng experiences ay masaya, lahat po ng experiences ay mahalaga. Pero I think isa po sa pinakamaganda naming naging proyekto ay yung makatulong po kami na makapagtayo ang isang LGU sa Quezon, sa Atimonan po. Nagtayo po sila ng 42 barangay reading centers, meaning lahat po ng barangay sa munisipyo ng Atimonan ay nagtayo ng barangay reading center. Ngunit ang problema sa umpisa ay kung ano yung mga ilalagay. So sa tulong po namin ng Magbasa Tayo movement at sa pakikipag-ugnayan namin sa Provincial Library ng Quezon, nakapagpadala po kami ng halos 200 volume ng libro bawat barangay reading center para po masimulan ang kanilang pagtatayo ng mga barangay reading center sa buong munisipyo. So isa yun sa masasabi ko pong malaki na proyekto na nagawa namin kasama ang Kaisa para sa Kaunlaran dahil literally po isang dump truck ng libro ang naibigay po namin sa Atimonan na naiuwi po nila sa Quezon.
But it's not just about giving books. It's about building habits. That's where MTM's Reading at Home program comes in, helping grade 1 learners develop a lifelong love for reading.
We are still working out on our program which is Reading at Home. Ito naman po ay programa namin sa mga grade 1 pupils and learners po namin. Nagbibigay po kami at nagpapaikot ng 30 to 40 storytelling books na iba-iba po ang kwento na mag-i-stay po ng isang linggo sa kanilang bahay para mabasa nila kasama ang kanilang magulang. At sa susunod na linggo, yung ikalawang libro naman ang maiuwi niya hanggang maiuwi niya po ang 30 books for 30 weeks. So, yun po ay isang programa na tinitingnan at pinag-aaralan pa namin kung magiging maganda ba ang impact or talaga bang makakatulong ito para sa pagbabasa at sa reading comprehension ng mga bata. Kasi maraming pag-aaral na nagsasabi na kapag nagsimula tayo ng maaga sa pagbabasa, malaki ang tsansa na patuloy nating mamahalin ang pagbabasa at patuloy tayong matututo.
Science tells us that forming a habit takes time. According to Atomic Habits by James Clear, it takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit. MTM is ensuring that the habit of reading sticks by conducting a study on its long-term impact.
Sibuyan Island Romblon sa Magdiwang. Then additional school po this year na pag-aaralan namin ulit hanggang hopefully patuloy po kaming suportahan at tulungan na magbigay ng marami pang mga aklat kasi ang target po namin ay 8 eskwelahan sa Magdiwang Romblon ang mabigyan namin ng ganong programa at matulungan sila sa pagbabasa.
Who benefits the most from this movement? The children, their families, and ultimately, our entire nation.
Ang mas priority po namin is yung mga interesado talagang magtayo ng barangay reading center. When we say interesado, hindi lang on the concept and idea na interesado, pero mas nagpapadala po kami ng libro kapag meron ng space, may malalagyan na, ready na po yung community or yung partner, advocacy partner namin na magtatayo para mas makita po namin na directly po makakagawa agad kami ng library or silid-aklatan. So hindi naman dahil sa namimili kami, pero we wanted to prioritize lang those who have really the fire or the interest to build one because ang hirap pong mag-sustain ng library kung hindi ito fully funded po. And then once it's a barangay library, we communicate with the officials to at least support it by resolution. We have cases that we collaborate with the LGU or at least the barangay officials in the lower level kasi mas target po namin din ma-reach ang mga remote areas. At the same time, meron din kaming advocacy partner na nagtayo po ng reading corner sa Isabela, sa Agta community. We also have one in Benguet or in Ifugao if I'm not mistaken. So nakarating na po doon ang mga libro natin sa mga community na yon. And the good thing with those beneficiaries, we really felt and we saw how they love the collections and the books that they sent to them kasi yun ang kauna-unahan nilang makakita at makahawak ng ibang libro maliban sa textbook na binibigay or pinapahiram sa DepEd, sa public schools natin. So yun yung beauty and yun yung fulfilling na part that we're able to let these kids feel this kind of experience that many of our kids in the metro, not all, but some or most of the kids in the Metro Manila were able to feel or felt before or naranasan nila kasi we have access more on libraries. We have access to bookstore also at the same time. So yun po yung mga activity and that are fulfilling for us to see from our beneficiaries. Ibang-iba kapag librong nahahawakan ng mga estudyante and then they are flipping every pages of the book. It can really help more to elevate their reading comprehension. So the more libraries, the more books that are available in every community in the Philippines, I think that could really help a lot and increase the reading comprehension rate or the literacy of each and every Filipino in our country. So, sana po magkaroon pa ng maraming library because this is what we can do as librarians in the sector of libraries and librarianship. This is what we can do aside from what our teachers are doing. So, isa-supplement natin sana ng mga mga librarians and at mga libraries yung kakulangan sa mga babasahin na meron sila. And hopefully then at the same time po, maging kultura natin ang pagbabasa sa Pilipinas. Not only kasi minsan ang dating sa mga bata, I need to read kasi required. Kailangan kong magbasa kasi kailangan kong magsulat ng book review. Sana maging kultura ng Pilipinas, kultura ng bawat Pilipino, na sometimes ang pagbabasa ay hindi lang tungkol sa akademikong pangangailangan. You can also use for entertainment, for leisure, or for anything that makes you happy, okay, that makes you interested to an interesting topic or idea. Sabi nga nila, you can travel with books because you can find beautiful spaces and beautiful places from the books that you read kung hindi ka makakabiyahe ngayon. So, there's a lot of advantage. There's a lot of benefits that books can provide and reading can provide to our readers.
Reading shapes the future, but does it really change lives?
Through the books that you read, if maaga po kayong nag-start, magbasa, nagka-interest, that could also help you define or identify what you wanted to do in the future. Although ako po, hindi ko pinangarap to begin with to become a librarian. It just happened. Nangyari na lang siya, dumating na lang siya na may, ganitong course, may board exam siya, etc. And now I can say straight to many people that this profession is really great and this profession can really help a lot. So I think I am more on nanggaling ako dun sa experience na kailangan kong tumulong, kailangan kong umaksyon, and I saw that I can do that with the profession that I am in right now because it's a sector that is not well parang hindi siya napapansin masyado. So it's the same thing that we are advocating since then. It's just that we have now a specific role that we wanted to pursue. So it really molds us. It really helps us what we wanted to read. Right now po, I am very fan of self-help books, leadership books, inspirational books, something like that can really help me more to navigate life and at the same time really find a way to take action to the challenges that we are experiencing.
Let's talk about reading bias. The judgment people face based on the books they read. Is it fair to look down on someone just because their reading choices don't fit the norm?
There is no such thing as a small topic or a big topic when you read because the most important part on reading is that there's no judgment on the books that you read, actually. So whatever publication you want, like example, in my case, I'm 30 years old, but I still love reading storytelling books because I'm a storyteller. So kahit yun ay pambata at hindi yun naaayon sa edad ko, but because I love to do storytelling, I keep on collecting and reading storytelling books. That's good for our children or that's okay for kinder to grade 10 to that age. So I think wala pong dahilan para tayo ay mahiya or matakot. And let's really stop those stigma and stereotyping to what can we read or ano ba ang pwede nating basahin because at the end of the day, it's us ourselves who identify and who can find or look for a book that we want to read. And our librarians can definitely help us to find the best publication or resource for you na gusto nyo na certain topic. So, ang libro, ang babasahin po ay wala sa edad. Kahit senior citizen ka, kung gusto mo ang kwento ni Luis Gatmaytan na patungkol sa medisina, sa kalusugan, or kung ikaw ay bata naman na gusto mong basahin patungkol sa mga novel at yung mga nauusong mga materials right now, I think that's okay. It's just that on the other way around, kapag bata ka, meron tayong tinatawag na age appropriateness. Okay, kapag batang-bata ka pa talaga. Maganda rin na sometimes we ask the assistance of our librarians, okay, to assist our kids ano ba yung nararapat na material because we have books, may mga title or may mga usapin, okay? Kasi may mga patungkol din tayo sa mga usapin na pangmatanda pero may mga writer at author tayo na isinusulat sa lingwahe ng bata para mas maintindihan nila. Kung ako ang tatanungin, it's really ourselves who will decide what we want to read. And that's the good thing with universal access to information. Kasi lahat may pagkakataong magbasa, lahat may pagkakataong gamitin or basahin ng mga aklat na gusto nila. So kung ano ang gusto natin na basahin, ang importante is we enjoy what we read and at the same time, let's learn from the books that we are reading. I think yun ang mahalaga. It's not about the topic, it's not about the title alone or the topic alone or the author alone. It's more on anong matututunan natin kapag natapos natin basahin ang isang aklat. Mas magiging mabuting tao ba tayo? Mas magiging mabuting Pilipino ba tayo? I think yun ang mas mahalaga kung paano natin mas makikita how important this kind of books to our reading experience at sa mga bookshelves natin sa bahay.
More than just a pastime, reading helps develop passions, fuels creativity, and strengthens mental health.
That could really help, especially siguro doon sa mga bata that no full backup system or full support from their environment. Kasi minsan palagi nating nasasabi that pag lumaki tayo, ang number one na nagmumold sa atin at ina-idolize natin ay ang ating parents, ang ating pamilya. And what if there are cases na hindi naman ganon palagi ang sitwasyon? So where can we go to? I think books can really help because again, books will not judge you. Okay? Books will not say na, oy, mali yan. Books will not say na, oy, wag ka dyan, etc. So, I think it helps. Malaki ang maitutulong nun sa'yo, okay, on how you see the future clearly and what you wanted to do. Kasi doon din natin nabubuo ang interest natin sa mga librong binabasa natin. At kung mapapansin nyo mga readers natin, I think kapag nagko-collecta ka at nagbabasa, may mga pagkakatulad ang tema ng binabasa natin that could really help us in a clear direction. Anong gusto nating gawin, para saan ang gagawin natin, etc. I could say it helps and it molds us where we are going and what we will do in the future. Kasi as early as young, nabubuo na ng mas malinaw yung interest mo. And that's the good thing when you are reading books, when you are reading such materials or such resources na meron ka. So that's the problem, I think. Kasi wala nga tayong karamihan ng mga lugar ay walang library, karamihan ng mga public school natin ay wala ding active. Merong library ang iba pero hindi active at walang librarian. So, hindi natin nakikitaan ng opportunity ang library na, uy, pag pumunta ako sa library, baka matulungan niya ako na malaman. Kasi kung, halimbawa si Jason, mahilig siya sa dinosaur or anything, kung early ang bata pa siya, yun na yung kanyang tinitingnan or binabasa, baka makatulong yun na sa trabaho niya ngayon, kung ano yung pwede niyang i-connect with that way, baka yung research skills niya ng paghahanap sa mga dinosaur o pagiging maalam about it can help you to be that good skills on researching para sa trabaho ngayon. So not directly yung sinasabi sa libro, but sometimes it's the skills, the competence that you are building that can help you in the future, sa future work mo or sa future field na pupuntahan mo.
And here's the most beautiful part. Reading doesn't just change individuals. It transforms families, strengthens communities, and builds a more connected society.
We have this one case in 2 grade 1 school in Magdiwang, Romblon, yung pilot test namin for our reading at home. At first, they lack resources and they lack storytelling books. I think doon namin napansin na yung mga bata and even the parents, kasi nga maliit lang ang komunidad, so may mga times na magkakakilala na kami or kung hindi man magkakilala personal, we are connected on social media. Sometimes parents are sending messages na, "Sir, the kids were very happy with your session last time, with your storytelling." And then nalaman nila na may mga libro palang available. They are excited to go to school, read a book or borrow the book and bring it at home and tell us parents to tell a story for them or to read with them with the story. I think that's our main goal, to make it a habit, and it's happening. Hindi man siguro ganun kabilis or hindi man ganun kadami, but if we will provide more opportunities, more resources, baka mas mabuhay yung cycle, mas mabuhay yung kultura hanggang lumaki na ang mga bata. Kasi currently sa grade 1 pa lang namin sinisimulan, and the books that are donated to them is appropriate to their age. So yun yung mga libro nating pambata. So I think good steps siya. Yes, not that big, but small steps going to bigger success in the future. Magandang nangyayari siya, and even the parents are involved. So yun yung maganda kasi mahirap at challenging kapag ikaw lang ang gumagalaw. No supports from the teacher, no support from the parents. Ngayon, nakikitaan natin ng advantage if the parents and the teachers are with us. Kasi sila mismo yung nagso-support, sila mismo yung nag-help at nag-push sa mga bata na, read one book in a week kasi meron tayong librong available. So, nung dumami po ang libro nila sa classroom, mas naging available yung libro, mas naging available yung opportunity sa mga batang magbasa. The same time, it's an opportunity for parents to have a time with their kids, at least 20 to 30 minutes just to read a story before sleeping or kapag may free time. A 20-minute or 15-minute to 20-minute time is very important.
Reading brings knowledge, comfort, and a sense of belonging. It even has a power to improve mental well-being.
Sabi nga nila that hopefully before you sleep, at least 10 minutes, read something before you sleep is very helpful to your mental health. It's very helpful to your learnings as a person. So, merong nangyayari. And that's very fulfilling in our part because that's the mission and that's our vision with Magbasa Tayo movement, that aside from its availability, ay magkaroon ng impact din sa mga bata at sa beneficiaries natin.
May 2025 marks MTM's 10th anniversary, a decade of spreading the joy of reading. Kevin reflects on how far they've come and where they are headed next.
I built and I founded this in 2015, but I am more excited of what we can do. And we are already on our 10th year, helping about 60 to 80, almost 100 communities across the country, from barangay, from school, to indigenous cultural communities and IP sectors. So 10th year anniversary is important because it only shows that the project and the movement that we are doing is relevant to every Filipino lives. And for our 10th year, it's also not only seeing how we do these things, how successful we are, but it's a motivation and inspiration for us to do more and to do another 10 to come, or until kaya naming gawin at i-sustain ang project. And I hope it really works that way, that our 10th year is just a number, but the most important part is how many people, how many lives ang nababago, natutulungan, nai-inspire of the things that we do. So it's just a happy moment to all of us in Magbasa Tayo movement because we are really building an advocacy that really helps communities, not only us, and to our partners. 10th year is very important also to our partners because it only shows then that they have a big share and contribution to Magbasa Tayo movement, at kailangan namin sila to make this work. So it's a collaboration, it's a partnership, not only to me as the founder, but for everyone who believes with us, for everyone who works with us. You are important, and this 10th year is for everyone. That's one thing that I wanted to share for all.
But this mission thrives on the generosity of people who believe in the power of books. MTM relies on its advocacy partners, people like you, who help make reading accessible to all. Want to make a difference? You can donate books, support book purchases for the Reading at Home program, partner with MTM to set up a barangay reading center in your community.
Kami po, tumatanggap naman kami ng iba't ibang klase po ng mga aklat. Ang isa lang po naming pakiusap hanggat maaari ay hindi naman dapat brand new, pero kung meron kayong brand new na maibibigay, lalo na po sa Reading at Home program namin, kasi ang target po namin ay mga storytelling books. Ongoing po ang aming campaign sa 60 na different titles of storybooks na kailangan po namin para sa 60 na bata. And then, kahit anong libro po tinatanggap namin dahil sa library naman po ito mapupunta. Textbook man po yan, fiction, reference books, or anumang libro na meron kayo na dapat lang po hanggat maaari wala pong sulat, wala pong punit, at kaaya-aya pa ang estado niya para mas magamit pa ng mas maraming mga bata. Kahit po kasi ito ay donasyon, ninanais, and we wanted to have that feeling of every kid that goes to our libraries na maayos pa rin po ang aklat para mas maging maganda rin po ang buong karanasan nila sa paggamit ng mga material na meron tayo sa mga pagbibigyang silid-aklatan. Sa Reading at Home po namin, para po hindi rin mahirapan yung mga magdo-donate at gustong tumulong, we created a bundle package. Donate 500 pesos to our Reading at Home program, and then we will buy that for 3 storytelling books para po mas bago din yung mahawakan at magamit ng mga bata. So, kung nahihirapan din po kayong bumili, meron po kami mga volunteer na pwedeng bumili. So, pwede namin kolektahin yung inyong donasyon, and then kami po ang bibili ng aklat. And then, we will show you back din naman kung ano yung librong nabili doon sa 500 na ibinigay ninyo para makita nyo rin po. At kapag naibigay na po namin sa mga bata, we will still showcase those on our Facebook pages so that you can directly see where your donation is going to. For the 500 pesos po that you wanted to donate with us, kindly visit Magbasa Tayo Movement Facebook page online. Nandun po ang aking mga accounts where you can transfer it, and then kindly email us or at least message us on the proof of payment so that we can verify your donation. And then after that, we will collect all and we will buy it directly to our publishers para po makita nyo kagad yung mga aklat. So don't forget to visit us, Magbasa Tayo Movement as our official page, or you can also visit Ken the Librarian, which is my official Facebook page, para you can communicate with me and I can send you the details on how you can donate. Hopefully, you can donate in 2 weeks' time because we are targeting to donate the books up until mid-April, hopefully, sa aming community sa Romblon. So we can send them initial numbers and hanggang completion namin, hopefully until mid-April.
Every book given, every child who reads, every story shared, it all creates a ripple of positive change. The act of reading is simple, but its impact is profound. It empowers, it enlightens, it transforms. Magbasa tayo. Let's build a nation of readers, one book at a time. This has been Rochelle Rubio for today's episode of The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Till next Friday on 104.3 The Capital.